Today I introduce you to our smart wireless lighting system for single color lights. This system includes the LED driver, the wireless receiver, the LED lights, and many kinds of wireless sensors. I'll introduce them one by one. The LED driver is thin and is plug and play. It's specially designed for cabinet lighting. Let's take a close look. This is AC power port. We can connect the C7 plug to this port and get power from the main power source. The input voltage is 110 volts to 240 volts. It's for global market. On this side, you can see 4 DuPont terminals. We can connect lights and inline switches to these ports. On this side, you can see another 4 DuPont terminals. These are the same as these 4 ports. On this side, you can see 3 ports. This port is for high power lights. We can screw the high power light to the port and supply power for this light. These 2 ports are for sensors such as PIR sensor, motion sensor, hand wave sensor, or touch sensor. These are for master control sensors, which means when one sensor is connected, all the lights connected to the driver will be controlled by this sensor. If you want to control the lights separately, we can use these 8 DuPont terminals. For example, we can connect the wireless sensor to the first port, or we can connect another wired sensor to the second port and a single color light to this port and a tunable white light to the 4th port. And also, if you have sensor activated lights, for example drawer light or wardrobe light, we can connect it to these ports, and all these ports can work separately without interfere to each other. These master control ports, DC high power port, and individual DuPont terminals make it very powerful LED driver and make it be applicable to most of the lighting projects. The power efficiency of this driver is quite high. It reaches up to 0.95, and it's globally certified. It's good for the global market. There is a special point for this driver. It's about the 2-point terminal. As you can see, it's a little different from others. It's a little taller because it's compatible with the reversed polarities, which means if the lights are left positive, right negative, or left negative, right positive, can both be connected to the same port. They can work well in the same port. And the price for this driver is also quite attractive. This is the wireless receiver. It's compact. It's connected to the driver's sensor port and communicate with the sensors, get the signals from the sensors, and control all the lights connected to the driver. These are the LED lights. It's a single color lights. We have a lot of single color lights, including profile light, park light, strip light, or spotlight, and so on. All these lights can work with the driver and the whole system. These are the wireless sensors. This is the touch sensor, and this is the hand wave sensor. This is the door sensor. This is the PIR sensor, or called it motion sensor. And this is a PIR plus touch sensor. It's a 2-in-1 sensor. Okay, now let me show you how to use them. First, we connect the LED lights to the driver. And then we connect the AC power to the driver to power up the driver. Now the lights are turned on. Then we connect the receiver to the driver, to the sensor port. The lights are turned off, no problem. We can use the sensor to turn it on and control them. Let's start with the touch sensor. First, we turn on the sensor on the back, and now the sensor is ready to control the lights. We can see icon on the surface of the sensor. We can select me touch it to turn on the light. And we can touch again to turn off the light. And when the light is on, we can press and hold for 2 or 3 seconds to change the brightness of the lights. When the light reaches its lowest brightness, it has a flash. And when we press and hold for another 2 or 3 seconds, the light is getting brighter. And when the brightness gets to the highest level, it will have another flash. Now we can touch it again to turn off the light. So this is the touch sensor. Next, let's try the hand wave sensor. We turn on the sensor first. And now we can swipe our hand over the detector to turn on and turn off the light. Let's try it. Swipe our hand, now the light is turned on. Swipe our hand again, the light turns off. And also we can hover our hand over the sensor to change its brightness. Now the brightness is getting darker. And hover again. The light is getting brighter. When the light is getting the lowest or the highest brightness level, it will have a flash. Okay, so this is the hand wave sensor. Next, let's try the door sensor. It's a dual door sensor. Let's turn it on first. Now we can use the sensor to control the lights. You can see 2 detectors here. So the light is now on. We can only turn off the light when the 2 doors are closed. When we open one door, the light turns on. Open another doors, the light turns on as well. Only when 2 doors are closed, the lights will be turned off. So this is the dual door sensor. Next, let's try the PIR sensor. Let's turn it on. Now, because the sensor detects people around it, so the lights are on, let's hide behind the sensor. And after some seconds, the lights will be turned off automatically. Let's wait for some seconds. Now the lights are turned off. And when we put the sensor in front of me and it detects my movement, the lights will be turned on instantly. Let's try it. Now the lights are on. So this is the PIR sensor. Next, let's try the PIR and touch 2-in-1 sensor. Let's turn it on. It's a PIR sensor and at the same time it's a touch sensor. So let's try the touch function first. Here's the icon. We can touch it to turn on and turn off the light and change its brightness. And also, when we touch it twice, the sensor becomes to a PIR sensor. And now it detects me here, so the lights are on. Let me hide behind the sensor for some seconds. Now the lights are off, and we can put the sensor in front of me. Now the lights are turned on instantly, automatically. So this is the PIR and touch 2-in-1 sensor. You may have noticed that these two lights always go on and off at the same time. That's because we use the master control port. When the receiver is connected here, all the lights connected to the driver will be controlled by the receiver and the sensors. If you want to control the lights separately, we should use the converters. These converters can change the master control to individual control. And the difference between these two converters is this is the 1-to-1 converter and this is the 1-to-6 converter. Let me show you how it works. Let's unplug the light. Then let's connect the converter to the driver. And then let's connect the wireless receiver to the converter. And last, let's connect the light to the converter. This is the 1-to-1 converter, so this converter can only connect one light. This is the 1-to-6 converter, so we can connect 6 lights here. It's all set. Now we can use separate sensors to control separate lights. We can use the touch sensor to control the first light and use the hand wave sensor to control the second light. Let's try it. Let's press the touch sensor. Now the first light is turned on and the second light has no reaction. We can press again to turn off the light and the second light is still off. Okay, and press again to turn on the light. And also, we can use the second sensor to control the second light. We can wave our hand to turn on the second light, turn off the second light. And this first light has no reaction with the second sensor. They can work independently with no interference to each other. If you want to control more individual lights, you can use the other two-point terminals to connect more converters and receivers and sensors. So now, this is the master control and individual control.